attitude and altitude. Attitude refers to your behavior, character, values, judgments, beliefs, etc. Altitude refers to the height. Look at this. You see a tumbler. You are given two options now. Either you call it half empty or you call it half full. Whether it is half empty or half full depends on how you look at it. It depends on how you look at it. It is true that it is full, half full. It is also true that it is half empty. Whether it is half empty or half full depends on you. The half empty you call it as grey dog. The half full you call it as white dog. There was a Zen master. Zen master was taking class for his students. He narrated them a story. He said, in every person's heart there are two dogs living, a white dog and a grey dog. A white dog is a very, very positive, constructive, powerful dog. A grey dog is negative, destructive, equally powerful dog. Both the dogs continue to fight till the person is alive. In every person's heart there are two dogs, the white and the grey. White is something positive, grey is something negative. The master asked the disciple, tell me which dog will win the fight. The disciple said, one part of the disciple said, the white dog, because it remains positive. The other set of disciples said, the grey dog, because this is the world filled with negativity. Therefore, anyone who is bad always wins. The master said no to both of them. The disciples were wondering, what is exactly the answer? The master said, the dog that you feed will win the fight. The dog that you feed will win the fight. Both the dogs continue to fight till the person breathes last. Which dog wins? The dog that you feed. If you continue to feed the white dog wins. If you continue to feed the grey dog wins. It all depends on the dog that you feed. Do you get it? Look at this. Abraham Lincoln, he was a son of a farmer. He went on to become the president of the USA. Albert Einstein, an ordinary patent clerk, went on to become world famous scientist. Beethoven, a deaf, went on to become a renowned music composer. Demosthenes, a born stammerer, went on to become famous Greek orator. You must know little more about Demosthenes. Demosthenes was fooled by his friends like this. If you want to disperse the crowd, call Demosthenes. To that extent, he was a stammerer. He took 2 minutes time to 3 minutes time between each word. Therefore, his friends said, to disperse the crowd, you can always call Demosthenes to speak. By the time he pronounced the second word, everyone will disperse. You know what he did? How did he overcome stammering? He shaved half of his head, removed half of his mustache, made himself so ugly, took some food, went to the cave. He stayed in the cave for about 3 months' time. He was practicing how to overcome stammering. He practiced. At the end of the 3rd month, he was able to overcome. And he went on to become famous Greek orator. A stammerer went on to become an orator. Franklin Roosevelt, sick, paralyzed legs, went on to become the president of the USA. Golda Meir, an ordinary school teacher, went on to become the Prime Minister of Israel. Homer, born blind, a famous Greek writer. Helen Keller, blind, deaf, dumb, but became a renowned writer. Thomas Alva Edison, a school dropout, went on to become father of all inventions. Abdul Kalam, a paper boy, went on to become the president of India. As a president, he once visited Hyderabad. A school girl asked, "Mr. President, you were once a paper boy. Today you are a president. How do you feel about it?" He said, "Yes, girl, it is true that once I was a paper boy. I used to carry papers. Now the papers carry me. Now the papers carry me. Once I used to carry newspapers. Now the same newspapers carry me." Steve Jobs, an orphan, a college dropout, went on to become the co-founder of Apple. Amitabh Bachchan, the first interview he attended in All India Radio, he was rejected, stating that his voice was not good. Today he is remembered for his baritone voice. Went on to become Asia's superstar. Look at this. The greatest musician hails from a rural village, a very remote, oppressed village, a renowned music composer. Look at this. The Mozart of Madras, A.R. Rahman. He was assistant to music directors. Today he is a music director with 2 Oscar awards so far. What do you mean by that? Success is 80% attitude, 20% aptitude. Aptitude means knowledge. Attitude means behavior. If I ask you a question, think of a teacher whom you like very much and mention why do you like that teacher. What could be your answer? I asked you, why do you like a teacher? Why do you like a teacher? All your answers could be put into 3 categories. Why do you know Tendulkar? He plays cricket well. Why do you know Vishwanathan Anand? He plays chess well. Why do you know Cristiano Ronaldo? He plays football well. Why do you know Saina Nehwal? She plays badminton well. Similarly, why do you like your teacher? Your answer should have been, my teacher teaches well. My teacher teaches well. Nobody in this group has said, I like my teacher because of the knowledge she has. No one in this group has said, I like my teacher because of the knowledge she has. Only 10 have said here, I like my teacher for the way of teaching. The remaining 34% have said, I like my teacher for the attitude that she has, for the character that she has, the behavior that he or she has, the values and judgments, beliefs and perception that she has or he has. Do you get my point? Somebody managed to enter your hearts not with knowledge, not with skills, but with attitude. This is what we call. You know what is the standard weightage given for A? Standard weightage given for A is 85%. The weightage given for S is 10%. And the weightage given for K is just 5%. You will be able to enter the hearts of the others not with your K, not with your S. You will be able to enter the hearts of the others only with A. That is attitude. Do you get the point? Do you get the point? Similarly, your teacher managed to enter your hearts not with the knowledge that he or she had, not with the skills that he or she had, but with the attitude that he or she had. Similarly, you will be able to enter the hearts of the others only if you have the right attitude. Do you get the point? That's what we are trying to say. Look at the score. What is your score for knowledge? 0. Nobody in this class remembers the teacher for the knowledge. With knowledge, you cannot enter the hearts of anyone. But please remember, I do not say S and K are not required at all. S and K are equally required. S and K are equally important. But S and K will have value only if you have A. Do you get it? That's what you have to remember in your life. I do not say S and K are not required at all. To remain in this competitive world, you need to have S and K. But your S and K will have value only if they are preceded by attitude. Now, do you understand the previous quotation? What is quotation? Success is 80% attitude, 20% aptitude. And what is the weightage you have given for knowledge? Aptitude. No score at all. No score at all. Do you get it? Now this is what the beauty of attitude. It depends on your whole life. It depends on the kind of attitude that you have. Look at this. This is an iceberg. This is an iceberg. Otherwise we call it ice rock. This is the rock on which the Titanic ship was supposed to have hit and sunk. How much do you see of an iceberg here? How much do you see? What is seen is 20%. What is not seen is 80%. Do you understand? This is the real size of an iceberg. What you see at the top is just the tip of the iceberg. That is 20%. This is what? The unseen part. Look here. What is visible is 20%. What is invisible is 80%. What is that 80%? Attitude. What is that 20%? Knowledge and skills. That's why the quotation goes like this. Success is 80% attitude, 20% aptitude. Attitude means behavior. Aptitude means knowledge.